The light of creation still illuminated the earth, but shadows stirred. The earth was pristine, untouched. Humanity walked with the Almighty. But a single whisper, a single choice altered everything irrevocably. When humanity fell, the world fell with it. Angels abandoned their vows. Giants oppressed humanity, and corruption spread like wildfire. The earth groaned under the weight of sin. Then God spoke, and creation trembled. This is the narrative of a world before the flood, and its near total destruction. In the beginning, the world was a place of unimaginable splendor. The newly formed earth knew no suffering, conflict, or death. Mountains rose majestically. The seas danced with the wind, and the skies seemed to sing. Animals coexisted harmoniously, and the garden breeze carried the scent of eternity. God communed with humanity. It was the dawn of existence. Adam pondered the morning light filtering through Eden's leaves. Eve smiled as animals gathered around her trustingly. All of this was given to us, she whispered, tears in her eyes. Adam replied with reverence, we were not just created, we were loved. But a new sound echoed through the trees, the whisper of doubt. The serpent, beautiful and shimmering, introduced the first thought of rebellion. Then came the choice, and the choice brought about the downfall. Eden, once home, became a memory. Adam and Eve departed the garden, filled with shame and longing. A flaming sword guarded the entrance, symbolizing the separation between heaven and earth. When Eve bore her first son, Cain, there were tears in her eyes and blood in her womb. It marked the beginning of humanity, but also of pain. Cain grew up proud and distant. Abel, his brother, was humble and devoted to the Lord. I will offer the best of my sheep, said Abel. Cain with bitterness retorted, the fruit of the earth also has value. God was pleased with Abel's offering, but rejected Cain's, and jealousy poisoned Cain's heart, turning the field into a tomb. The blood of the righteous cried out from the earth, and the face of God was momentarily hidden. Cain, now a fugitive, left behind his mother's sorrowful gaze and his father's silence. But life continued. Seth was born, initiating a lineage that still sought the Creator. People lived for centuries. Births and deaths became like waves in an ocean of time. Knowledge grew, tents were erected, animals domesticated, metal shaped, and melodies sung on the first harps and flutes. Civilization rapidly advanced. Fertile plains became settlements, tribes grew into cities. People named the winds, carved images, and built altars. Yet few invoke the name of the Lord. Among them emerged Lamech, a descendant of Cain, a man of harsh words and a violent hand. I killed a man for wounding me. If If the mark of Cain demands vengeance 7 times, mine will demand 77. It was a time of innovation, but also of pride. Jabal, the progenitor of tents dwellers and cattle raisers, Jubal, master of melodies, crafted bone flutes and harps with plant strings. Tubal-Cain, the blacksmith, forged spears and swords with newly discovered metals. Art and war were born together. Beauty and destruction walked hand in hand. Cities expanded, leaders became kings. Rough stone palaces rose in the valleys. Festivals, sacrifices, and altars dominated daily life. But high above, the Lord observed the growing distance between himself and humanity. Faith yielded to power. The pursuit of the divine was replaced by self-exaltation. But not all was lost. In the days of Enoch, people began to call upon the Lord again. Hope still flickered amidst the spreading corruption. Sparks of faith held on like embers in the dark. Creation, however, already bore the weight of humanity's choices. The trees seemed less vibrant, the skies less clear, the animals more wary, the earth restless. Then came the whispers, ancient tales spoke of celestial beings descending to earth. The Watchers, their presence inspired awe and fear.
It is a sign.
Men called them gods, women saviors, and upon their arrival the world would never be the same. They came from above, but their eyes yearned for the earth. The Watchers, angels assigned to observe humanity, transgressed the boundaries of their mission. See how beautiful the daughters of men are, they murmured among themselves. Now surrounded by sacred light tinged with desire, on the summit of Mount Hermon they made a pact. 200 of them swore never to return without first taking human wives. And so they descended, they were received as gods. Their robes shimmered, their voices